Leveraging LinkedIn, you have to do it. There's something called TSPD, that's temporary self promotion discomfort. You're going to have to live in that discomfort. Ignore it. Try to ignore it the best you can. There's steps you have to follow after you apply to jobs, and it all revolves around LinkedIn. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. When you apply to a job, let's say, for example, it's at a company, Pendo. Let's pick on Pendo for a minute, right? I'm going to go to that company's LinkedIn profile, right? And you can click right here to see their employees, right? It's right on their profile. Click employees. All their employees are going to pop up right here. Do you have any first connections there that you can message right now to try to get a referral into that company? No? Well, if you don't have any, then we can just look at everybody and filter a little bit. LinkedIn, the free version, they don't make it super easy. You're going to have to do a little filtering unless you want to scroll through thousands of employees. I've done that before. You can do that, but you can kind of skip to the audience you're looking for using the filters. Click all filters, scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're going to filter for specific job titles, right? If I'm looking for a sales job, probably just want to target the people who are in sales. I'm just going to type in sales into the title box, right? Now we've limited that down to 106 people instead of 10,000, right? So here are the people we can hit up. So at first, I'm just going to go on a little connection spree. You can connect with up to 100 people a week on LinkedIn. You should absolutely be maxing that out every single week. Honestly, you should have it maxed out by Wednesday and then use Thursday and Friday to do all your DMs and your messages, your audio messages and video messages like I'm going to show you. But so you can just click request to connect, right? I even need to connect with this guy. I'm not going to send a message. I don't want to send a message. I want to leave a little mystery there. If you put your pitch in this add a note box, they're going to see, oh, this is a job seeker. Let me ignore that, right? We're not going to do that. We're just going to click send without a note, right? And then whenever people do accept your request connect, that's when we're going to send not a typed message. We're not going to DM them in the box. We're going to use the LinkedIn mobile app, the mobile app only. On the mobile app, you are able to send up to a 1-minute audio message, and you could even send a 2-minute video message. Video is better, but in case you're applying to jobs in a hoodie that day and you hadn't taking a shower and you still got your pajama pants on, whatever, let's just stick with the audio. But if you did get buttoned up, then go for video. Video is much better. But you still get kind of the same reply results using an audio message, right? Before we do that though, right? Let's say you send a lot of these connection requests and no one's accepting, right? You need to massage their profile a little bit. You need to engage with their content. So let's say we're going to pick on Steven here. Ooh, I need to connect with Carrie here too. She's an RVP of sales. We got all these people I need to connect with, right? I don't care. I just do this all the time. You need to do this all the time. Don't worry about the discomfort. Just do it. But let's pick on Steven. I don't know him. Looks like a nice guy, right? But my request is pending. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at his activity on LinkedIn. Now, he doesn't appear to be someone who posts a lot. So we might have to go back in time a little bit to see this. He's commenting, right? So he's not a big content creator. I wish he was, but if not, we might have to scroll down. Okay, this was a bad example because he doesn't have any posts at all. How are you a sales guy? Oh, he's in operations. He's not actually a sales guy. He's like sales enablement. Maybe we can just like his comments, or maybe we can comment on a comment that he made. Anytime you comment, it's going to send them a notification. Now, if you just like something, it's not going to do anything. They're not going to get any notifications on that. but comments will get a direct notification. So you're going to show up in their inbox and they might visit your profile and be more inclined to actually accept your request to connect, especially if you engage with like 2 or 3 things, right? They're gonna be like, wow, this person's, is he my biggest fan? Like, no one ever comments on my stuff. But let's find a better example here because I do want to actually show you someone who does post, but depending on what role you're in, right? Depending on what skill set you're trying to get the attention of, right? If you're in cybersecurity, then it's probably rare that you're going to find content creators in that space or software engineering. But a lot of times, ooh, look, this person has some repost here. She just finished her 7th CKO and company kickoff. I was like, I've heard of sales kickoff, but not company kickoff. You don't have to get super creative when you're commenting on someone's post, right? You really don't. So even if I just put an emoji in this box, they're still going to get a notification. So yeah, you want to put a thoughtful comment and maybe cheer them on a little bit. But even if it's just something as simple as an emoji, you're still going to go straight into, right? I'm just going to click this emoji box. And let's say that the only thing I want to do is like clap. I'm just going to clap. Where's the clapping hands? Right here. Clap. Boom. I just went into her notifications. Now she's going to see my name, my picture, maybe click on my profile and see what my background is, right? And then she's going to see we have a pending connection request. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the comment. I'll just accept your request real quick. And then I can slide into the DMs. Okay. So don't overthink these comments. You need to do it for the notification and to get attention, right? Hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm trying to get your attention. That's all this is. So something else about content on LinkedIn, you have to remember that it takes a little bit of courage to post on LinkedIn. I mean, if you look at the numbers, there's 1.2 billion people on LinkedIn, and only 1% of those people, like 300, I think it's 300 and something thousand people, they're the only ones that create content at all. They're the only ones that post anything. Most people are just lurkers. They just scroll and maybe like, but they're not creating content at all because they're nervous about what it's going to look, how people are going to judge them. So if you remember how that feels, right? It takes courage to post on LinkedIn, and people love it when they get, the likes and the comments. It makes you feel good. It really cranks up your dopamine levels, and people just get that feel good thing. Oh, people like my stuff that I posted. That's wonderful, right? Take advantage of that, right? That's why you comment, because you become a little cheerleader for them, right? And people are more inclined to like the people who already like them back. Well, they made a good comment on my post here. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll accept their request to connect. Use that, right? It's hard to post on LinkedIn. It's hard to find the courage. So when you do, it's out there. You want people to like and comment on it. You can be that person. There's so many hiring managers from these companies out here that post on LinkedIn and it gets no engagement at all. You might be the only comment that they get. So there's your time to shine. And you want to get in the habit of commenting on posts anyway, especially as a job seeker. Anybody at one of your target companies, I mean, you want to start showing up in their feed, right? You want to spend an hour a day just commenting, especially if you're just actively applying to jobs. Good Lord, you can submit applications for an hour and a half, 2 hours, but then, God, your brain's going to hurt. Your eyes are going to hurt. You're going to be scrolling through LinkedIn. Start engaging, right? Do it for an hour a day. It's totally worth it. All right, so now back to my original search. I am going to look at first connections just because I want to show you an example of a message, like a DM I'm going to send on my phone. But okay, let's pick on Dalton real quick, right? If I want to send him a message, I can do it right here in the box, but I don't want to do that. I want to use the LinkedIn mobile app. So let's go in and search for Dalton real quick. Dalton Taylor. Thanks for letting us pick on you today, Dalton. You're a nice guy. All right, so I've clicked on Dalton's profile and I've clicked message, right? Can you see this? Good Lord, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. But here's what what I want you to look at for just a second. Here's the mobile app. It's right next to the message box here. It's right there in the corner. You see that little microphone? Please tell me you see that little microphone. Can you see it? Oh, come on, zoom in. It's the microphone. I'm going to click that. And then it's going to give me this little blue button. And I can hold that blue button and speak for 1 minute. Now I'm going to use this as a micro interview, right? They're going to hear my voice. I want you to use excitement, enthusiasm, inflection in your voice, no monotone. You might want to stand up and write this. Walk around, walk and talk, right? Get your energy level up, your excitement level up, right? So I'm going to hold this. I'm going to spend the first 10 seconds saying thanks for connecting and just talk about something in their profile, right? You're going to have to visit their profile to do this. And mind you don't have to worry about doing that on our phone because we got our computer right here. Do it at your computer. Scroll through their profile. Do we have anything in common? Where'd they go to college? What did they post about? Where'd they work at before Pendo? Anything. Pick anything. Just something to comment on. This guy's got his quota attainment on his profile. That's pretty cool. Maybe we can chat about that, right? High school certifications, something that they're volunteering, right? Maybe this is key. This is a good item. Mention something that they're volunteering about, and maybe, hey, I'd love to chat with you about neighbor to neighbor outreach. I've never heard of that before. What's that all about? And then I want you to pitch. Slide into your elevator pitch, which you need to practice, by the way. Practice makes perfect. Hey, thanks for connecting. And, I'm excited about what you guys are doing at Pendo. I also saw you're part of this neighbor to neighbor outreach program. I'd love to learn more about that. What's that all about? But anyway, I just want to reach out because I just applied to a sales position on the Pendo website. And, I'm not sure if you guys are still accepting candidates for that role, but if there is an opportunity to interview, I'd love to put my hat in the ring. I thought I was a good fit because name 3 things that you saw that you made you a good fit for that job. Talk about those things. What do they care about? Talk about that stuff, right? But either way, hope you guys find a good fit for the job. And it's great to be connected. Looking forward to following you here on LinkedIn. Boom. That was probably about a minute. Here's the thing. You're going to want to re-listen to it. And if you hiccuped or stumbled on your words, you're going to want to redo it. Okay, fine. But it's better if you don't. Just send it. Stop overthinking it and just send it. You're going to sit there and have do-overs all day. And then it's going to be 5 o'clock and you're only going to have sent 2 or 3 messages. No. Crank through them. Bust them out. Show some personality. If you do stumble on your words, just laugh it off and keep on going, right? It's okay. Now you can also do a video message. I would suggest just going for a walk outside and no edits, nothing, just right off the cuff and just walk and talk outside. Blue sky in the background, maybe some trees, right? And you're just being you. Don't overthink it. You got even more time on a video. You can send up to 2 minutes. I would still try to keep it to a minute though, because we're in the TikTok age now. No one has the attention span of everyone has the attention span of a squirrel, right? So just be short and sweet and send the message and then move on. You got to keep going. Dalton's only one person that we want to try to get the attention of at Pendo. We want to try to get 10 people's attention there. Someone who can refer us in, ideally even the hiring manager. Of course, you can send these messages to people in talent acquisition. You can send the messages to some folks in HR. I wouldn't go executive level. They're not really directly involved in hiring, but the mid level, director level, VP level, those are great people. And don't be afraid to try to get a referral out of one of your future peers, right? Just because they're not in management doesn't mean you don't want them to become an advocate of you. It doesn't mean they couldn't potentially take your resume and forward it to the right person. Then they might be able to participate in a referral fee for that. A lot of companies offer that stuff. So maybe they'd be willing to, just because they like you and they like the sound of your voice, maybe they would just forward it to the right person. Do this after every role that you applied to, attack these companies and leverage LinkedIn. Now, what you can also consider doing is doctoring up your own profile, right? We're going to do that, especially if you bought the premium service. I'm going to give you a nice banner and content and header and all that good stuff. We're really going to get it dialed in. It's going to be like catnip for hiring managers and HR people. But if you just bought the video course and we haven't worked together, then, study mine, right? Steal from mine. In your About Me section, you can have up to 2,600 characters worth of content here. And if people do decide to read this, write it like I forgot what this method is for writing, but you do like little pieces, like little line items and then a space. And that's kind of what keeps people reading. You don't want to have these big bulk paragraphs. People see those and they go TLDR and then they don't read it. But if you get these little bite-sized sentences, then they're more likely to keep reading down the page. So write it like this. And in this section, you can also be a little bit more personable. Don't just limit it to the stuff you'd put on your resume. Maybe you want to talk about your family, what you do for fun, and the hobbies, right? Don't put hobbies on your resume, but you can put hobbies here in your About Me section. This is a chance for this person to get to know you a little bit, right? So 2,600 characters worth of content you can add. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Oh, and on your header, a lot of people just put their job title here and that's it, right? Job title at so-and-so. I mean, you can put a lot more than that. You can talk more about the items that are in your unique value proposition. Maybe list some technologies that you're really strong in. And then, I like to put conservative Christian dad times 3. That's just me, right? I want people to feel comfortable working with me. If that resonates with you, then great. If not, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Okay. But use all this real estate that you can. And let's see here. Definitely add top skills. You can pick 5 items that are going to be in your top skills. What does your ideal company, your ideal employer, what do they care about for your skill set? Don't be afraid to ask AI for that. Not everybody's going to have services. Of course, I have resume writing services. That's why you're here right now. But you should have some featured content, right? I know you're probably not a content creator on LinkedIn, and that's okay. There's only room for 3. I mean, can you post 3 things and then feature them on your profile? Maybe this is like things relevant to your skill set, to your industry, to your background, right? What are some things that you have posted? Maybe it's a website that you have. Maybe it's a portfolio. Maybe it's your GitHub profile. Maybe it's some volunteer thing that you're involved with. You can feature that stuff. It doesn't even have to be a post. You can just put featured content here. It doesn't have to be like a full-blown LinkedIn post for everybody to see. You can just live right here in your profile. But video is huge on LinkedIn. It's huge. They're turning LinkedIn into TikTok now. And you can scroll through hours of video on there, just like if you were on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. People should be able to spend a little bit of time with you via video on your LinkedIn profile. I'm not saying go be a content creator like you see here, but if you can just add like 3 or 4 videos to your profile of you talking about something relevant to your industry and your skill set, that can be huge, right? People can get an idea about your culture fit and what you stand for, what your skill set is. I mean, it may be able to serve as like the first interview if you've got some video content on your LinkedIn. So take advantage of that. And also, if you don't know what to say, just ask AI. Ask AI, hey, write me a script for a LinkedIn video post talking about X, Y, and Z and the problems that I solve in the market. Just keep it to 1 minute long and boom, AI. Pick any AI. They're all good at it now. And then you can just literally read that and post it as a video, right? Boom. Here, now you're gaining credibility, relevance, all the things, right? Anything you can do to add to your LinkedIn profile. This is your personal homepage. This is your website. This is a tool for you to market yourself to employers. So take advantage of all these things that you can do on here. It's incredibly powerful. Of course, you want to make sure your experience on your LinkedIn profile matches exactly what it's saying on your resume. Please don't confuse people with a job you put on there, but not on here, or on here and not on there. And then a lot of people, especially if you're dealing with a layoff situation and you don't want to show like a work gap, everybody wants to throw up, oh, I'm a consultant now for Blake Williams LLC, and I've consulted with customers vaguely, vague, generically. I'm saying I consult with customers around whatever it is I do. Don't do that. Just let your end date at your last company speak for itself. Don't do that on your resume either. We all know what that is, right? Unless you are willing to put a company name, an employer on here, if it's a paying client, then you might as well put that company name on there like it's a real job. Otherwise, we all know what you're doing. Okay, you're a temporary consultant, but AKA you're just unemployed looking for work. Okay, you're not fooling anyone. Please don't do that. Your corporate experience is going to be much more valuable to show up right on top than a consulting gig that you're doing while you're looking for a job. Okay, I'm being serious about that. Don't put up a consulting gig. So I think that's it. Oh yeah, your banner, right? Canva is your friend. Okay, have you ever heard of Canva before? It is a really easy way for you to become a basically like a Photoshop expert, right? I use Canva all the time. I buy the upgraded version. It's like $9 a month or whatever, because I use it all the time and I make these banner images for people. But there's a lot of free ones on here. Like most of them are free. Let's take this one for example. And I'll try to add people's value proposition on their banner. I don't just want to put like my job title, and I also don't want to put like another picture of myself. You already have a profile photo. You don't need a picture in your banner. You want to talk about the things that a company is going to get when they hire you. How do you benefit that company? Advertise those things in your banner, right? And this is free. This is 100% free. There's nothing fancy about this banner, but it's powerful if you ask me. And you can get creative with these or not. And like it's so easy to edit and then just download this file in Canva and upload it. There's all these different templates that you can use. Let's say I'm starting from scratch. Let's say I'm just going to click create a design. I'm just going to click LinkedIn. Excuse me if I can spell and know where the button is. LinkedIn background photo. It's already like the perfect size. You don't even need to edit anything about that. So you've got a blank canvas here, and then you've got all these results to choose from. If it has a crown on it, that means it's a paid version. There's a ton of them that don't have a crown. They're 100% free. All you have to do is click this and then start editing. It couldn't get any easier. A caveman could do it. Edit this stuff, and voila. You've got a professional LinkedIn banner that talks about your value, the things that companies get when they hire you. How do they benefit, right? That's what I want you putting in a banner. And if you got any questions about this, then, you might want to hire me for a premium service, but those are the goods right there. Bottom line, you can connect with 100 new people a week on LinkedIn. You should be maxing that out. Max it out by Wednesday. Slide into the DMs on Thursday and Friday and have fun. Make it fun. Job hunting sucks. It's awful. It's mind numbing. This is the fun part. Sliding in people's DMs, leaving upbeat voicemail messages, basically. But there you have it, folks. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, please connect. I've probably got 6,000 or 7,000 more people I can connect with because they max it out at 30,000. Right? You have unlimited followers, but they max out the connections at 30K. Maybe one day they'll raise that, but that probably means that you have a lot of connections left, right? Are you close to 30,000? I've been connecting with people for 13 years, if not longer than that, and I still got a lot more to go. So you probably got a lot more to go too, and just go for it.